Well, hey there. What's up, guys? How is everybody doing? Oh shit, Nerd Talk. What's up, dude? Staring screen up for hours. I might do that. Don't tempt me. I've never fucked with photo mode before. Like, in any game, ever. I just found out how cutthroat security companies could be, even on the civilian side of things. I hate civilian security companies. Might be out of a job, seeing you guys as a pick-me-up. Interesting. Feel free to explain that situation. I have a nasty history with civilian-run security companies. Incredibly annoying, those people. Deliver unto me that sexy man was. It has been delivered. So what's everybody been up to? What's been going on? What are we pissed about today? I really like this fog effect here. I have some of the settings turned down so it's not as strong as it could be. Okay, making sure we've got audio. Let me fire the weapon so that I can see if the... Oh no, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to shoot a... Is that too loud? You guys let me know if that's too loud. I don't think it is, but... Oh, I never went up there, did I? I'm starting my second run of RE4, Jared. You've been trying out other handguns? I mean, here's the thing. The Red 9 is the best. I did try the VP70 out. I think it's VP70, the handgun from RE2. I don't know if I liked it, honestly. I haven't really looked into it. What's the good meta pick? You guys let me know. What's the fucking OP ass handgun in this game? Because for me, it's a fully upgraded Red 9, but I usually don't know. Game Dev Made Easy. What's up, dude? How you doing? Thank you very much. My Mac has a purpose now. It's a stream machine. Ooh, interesting. So... What software side of things, what do you use to stream on Mac? Is there an OBS build of it? I mean, a Mac build of OBS? I'm fucking dumb. I really, really cannot stand Macs. And here's... Man, I don't know. Like, for a laptop, Macs are actually a pretty decent fucking... value if you're taking into account the amount of engineering that goes into the custom motherboards inside those things. It's pretty insane. Those motherboards are insane to look at and crazy to work on. Although, to be fair, they're also pieces of shit from an engineering standpoint. They're just essentially made to fail. But you pay so much money for a Mac, and it's not like you're paying to have someone build it for you or something. You know what I mean? Like, you're not paying that premium. You're essentially just paying a premium for it being a Mac, and it's fucking annoying as shit. Oh, fuck me. You guys tell me, is that too... You son of a bitch. Is that too loud? Fucking do it. Fucking do it. I dare you. Make a run. Make a run. There we go. One down. Wow. What a stream. I like the DLC handgun. It's just a better Silver Ghost. There's DLC? What's that noise? I hear breathing. Oh, did I already try that? It's so weird how the hair strands feature is not advertised at all. I mean, that makes sense to me. That seems like a weird feature to advertise, honestly. Just tick this option and you could lose like half of your performance. Oh, suck my ass. Yes, and you get the box. Two birds with one stone. What's up? Hey, King Grogu. What's up, man? Don't forget the hound. Are those the ones I just fought? That was the breathing. I still want to know who the fuck was breathing. Dario Romero's remastered concerts. Hold on, you know what? Actually, I am going to turn this down just the littlest bit. I say right here is still going to be good. All right. Thank you very much for the $10, man. Since RE4R has storage for weapons, I plan to max out every single weapon and swap them out for different parts of the game to keep a new game plus varied every time. It'll be a good way to test out every handgun. You know, that's what I was thinking about doing. As a matter of fact, I never used this rifle on my last playthrough, so that's what I'm doing now. So I'm kind of like, let's see what I like. I have a tendency to sort of just pick a certain way to play a game, and then that's the way it is forever for me. So I'm trying to avoid that. Yeah, see, that breathing's still going on. Oh, that poor... Oh, wait, I shot him. Yeah, you can definitely tell he's in there. I wonder if I could see him from here. Is either Sky Eye or Sky AI with $10. Thank you very much. Beautiful, bald, and bearded boy beating baddies. Fuck, I gotta think of something else. Keep the alliteration going. Buff. Fuck, I got nothing. Yo, Dobu, what's up, man? Oh, fuck, okay. Is that wine or kudok this? Wine or kuroku. Fuck, god damn it. You son of a bitch. Oh, wait, no, the one that the merchant gives you to kill, he comes out when you visit the She Village house again. You see him outside of the gate. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Does that... I think that goes down when it starts raining, though, right? Is when I can get that. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't want to interrupt her. Ayo, you're liking the game or the missing fixed camera bothering you? Well, that always bothers me. But, yeah, it's great. I mean, it's RE4, so my expectations were for it to play like a... This is not an insult, but just like a slightly shallow... Not shallow. Well, yeah. The original RE4 is a relatively shallow action game. This one, I think, adds enough to make it more mechanically deep, which is nice. Pretty interesting looking model work, though. I mean, honestly, not bad looking. Like, I never really took a minute to stop and look at any of the Ganados. Game Dev Made Easy, another $2. Thank you, man. Also, my son, Yie, was born on the 23rd. Whoa, no fucking way. I did not know that at all, man. Congratulations. Holy fuck. Hell yeah, dude. Damn, that's insane. Sashiburi, it has been a while, dude. What have you been up to, Dobu? Nerd Talk coming in with the Dione. Efi re-up in 32 months. Wow, dude. Thank you very much. You know, I've been in a thankful mood lately. Man, I've been thinking about it, and it's like very, very I hesitate to use the word privileged, but it truly, like, the position I'm in, a very privileged position. It is genuinely a privilege for me to be doing what I do, where I do it, and how I do it, and to be able to, like, sort of have the freedom to sort of do whatever I want, really, as far as, like, my work goes, because I enjoy covering video games, talking about video games, and having people that watch the videos or super chat during streams or support me on Patreon or YouTube members or any sort of way, views and comments, which also contribute to my paycheck as far as YouTube's algorithm goes. So, like, anybody who contributes sort of allows me to do what I want as opposed to what I have to do, which is very, very cool. And that puts me in a very good mood. Mochiron this. I need to figure out when it's appropriate to use Mochiron. Because my understanding is Mochiron is sort of like, yeah, of course. You know what I mean? That's the kind of, but like, that's literally just gleaned from context, from hearing it used in conversation. So I try not to use it in case it's like mega rude. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Douglas Monroe. What's up, dude? Oh, fuck. Another useless herb. Do you guys remember when I made that original RE4 video and I called the flashbangs useless and then the entire world revolted against me? Petridge Farms remembers. Why am I over here? Yes, I could. All right, fine. I probably will. God damn it. Little blue fuckers. All right, where are you? Right over here. Behind one of these pillars, I remember. No, yeah, there it is. Damn, Dobu already coming back to Tokyo. Fuck yeah, man. We gotta hang out. Do some karaoke again. I actually got Josine to sing the last time we did it. Oh, it's up here, right? Yeah, there it is. I remember you. Yesterday, I suffered with a fever, and having Ari retrospect, it got me through a painful night. Thanks, Jared. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I mean, it's not good that you're suffering through a fever, but as a guy who has used YouTube to get away from feeling like shit quite a few times, I know the feeling. It's pretty nice to be able to contribute. Oh, wait. I have the key. That's what I'm doing. Jared, you fucking idiot. She sang? Yeah, she did, dude. She totally did. Josine typically ain't the singing type. The flashbangs are friggin' essential to cleanly dealing with Plaga heads in professional mode. In this remake, since they are such bullet sponges. In the original RE4, I went through the entirety, essentially, of my adult life never using them. Because, I mean, like, in my defense, I used flashbangs a few times to, like, stun enemies, but at that point it was just like, it was more convenient for me to just shoot them with a shotgun and then crowd control with melee. So I was just like, oh, I don't need to use this anymore, so I'm good. And then a bunch of people were like, no, that literally just kills Plaga's heads, like, with a single hit. And I had no idea, because I'd never had the forethought to be like, oh, let me try this on the Plagas. Codfish with $5. Thank you very much, man. Welcome back, my guy. Glad to see you back. Hope you had a great couple of weeks. I did. I had friends come and visit. We had a fucking blast. When my friends come and visit, it sort of forces me out of my bubble. And they tend to, like, want things or they want to ask about things that I don't already know, which allows me to speak more not everyday Japanese to people, which is really, really good practice. So I like it when people come over. Okay. She sang that Disney song for like 30 seconds. See, that's how she does it. And then if she notices that you notice, she's like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. She's a nervous creature. Wait, did I not do this? I was through. I should have done. Damn it. Let's gaslight him into using feminine Japanese. God damn it, dude. That's a fucking fear of mine. Although I'm sure you can make the argument that I use relatively feminine English. Oh shit, Import Gaming for the win. What's up, dude? Hope Josine gets better. Oh yeah, dude, she's sick as a motherfucker right now. Like a dumb idiot, she got sick. We're trying to figure out how it happened because a friend of ours came to stay at the house. And she had mono. So we're like, okay, well, it's definitely mono. But it's like none of the symptoms are like mono. So maybe it wasn't that. Because we have two friends who got sick when they got back to the States. And we did karaoke with them. And maybe sharing a microphone, something. You know what I mean? Like, it could be a lot. We're looking for who we're going to punish, essentially, is what I'm saying. Chiron the Cuddly says, I don't know if it's in the original, but flashbangs even instantly take down the dogs once their plaga shows. Yes, which is convenient as fuck. I went through the entire existence of the game up until like the last few years, not ever using that. I've just shooted everything. And I can confirm the game is totally beatable when you play it like that. I had no fucking idea any of that stuff was possible. I have that Trapped Under Ice song stuck in my head. Times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm through with giving up. There you are. You guys know how it goes. We never use first aid sprays. It just can't happen. Could you pretty please do a video actually covering all of the mods Anomaly adds to Stalker? I don't see any videos covering every single mod. God, that would be insanely difficult because it's kind of an amalgamation of like a lot of different mods. But I will say I would like to do another Stalker video, but instead covering Stalker Gamma, which looks really, really interesting. I'm building a new PC. I'll probably... I mean, I have it right here. I just have yet to build it because I'm so fucking lazy. I was talking to fucking Game Dev Made Easy about that.
Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no difference. The price, well, that's our choice.
Oh, I forgot I was doing the Viper thing. All right, sick.
I knew you were a go-getter. I'll buy it at a high.
King Grogu with $5. Thank you very much, man. To Mrs. Joe, have some soups and cookies. Also, me, I'm rich now. Cookie stack. Ooh, fuck yeah, dude. Also, if you need me, Jared-san, ask me to beat the game 5 times. Damn, 5 times. Holy shit. This is a long game, too. It's not exactly short. Sounds rough. You seem to have come out of things illness-free. Yeah, I'm saying that Josine, it's a weakness of hers that she got sick. She allowed herself to become sick.
You've exhausted our normal range of services for this weapon. If you're interested in something more good is new. Crossing your T's, dotting your I's. That's the way.
I mean, the ammo capacity is not necessarily worth it with that one. This for sure is.
Can make up for a lack of skill. There you are, as you wished. Still have some new comeback anytime.
We all have our linguistic weirdnesses, but not all of us have Jared's smooth voice to cover it up. I think that makes it worse. Because it sort of like puts a emphasis on the words that you're saying. So people will be like more likely to notice if you are to slip up as it were. A Metro run on Switch. I'm curious to see any goody tips. Man, I don't know if I can make it through all of Metro on Switch. And that's nothing to, that's not, for the first time in my life, that's not negativity directed towards the Switch, but instead playing the game and getting to a certain point using just an analog stick. I'm so bad with analog stick aiming. Like, I'm awful with it. But honestly, I will say, as far as performance goes, the Switch port of Metro is very impressive. Cobra, messy short burst, better. It would be good in Mercenaries. Cobra. What's the Cobra? I know that there's... I never got the skull something shotgun. There's a few guns I haven't seen in this game yet, which is kind of cool. Interesting. I'm starting to think it was Josine that gave us COVID back, and I had the fucking plot twist, Jimmy. I'm telling you, dude. She's been against us this whole time. I wouldn't put it past Josine to infect herself with COVID just to bring me down. You know how she can be. What do we got? Ide O'Malley with $5. That's a new name. Thank you very much, Ide O'Malley. Hey, Jared, how do you feel about the prospect of RE4 Remake before it released? How do you feel now? You know, interesting. That's an interesting subject. So a lot of people ask me about that, and I stayed away from a lot of pre-release media, you know, a lot of trailers and leaks and stuff like that. And my expectation was, I was like, okay, they're going to keep the action, like, for sure. Like, you know, RE4 is known for this stuff, but I kind of hope, and I would imagine that they would make it have a darker tone and take out a lot of the tongue-in-cheek humor and stuff. And they actually did that, which is, you know, pretty nice to be right every once in a while. But I would say that my expectations were relatively met, which is awesome, because it's an incredibly fun game. I assume that would be the case. Like, if you go back and watch my streams, people who ask me about it, my expectation is, well, I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. But my worry is that it's going to be kind of as relatively shallow as I thought RE4 was in the first place. And I would say with the knife mechanics, they beefed it up a satisfying amount. So I'm pretty stoked on that. I like it a lot. Evie? Thank you very much for the $5. I didn't see you there. Much appreciated. That's another new name. You know what I should have done is download some mods before we played this. That'd be fun. There's a mod that decreases the amount of zoom in for the gun when you aim, and that would be nice because it doesn't seem like it, but man, you really decrease your FOV in a fight by doing this. And when enemies get up close, it's like fucking untenable. It's not untenable, it's just annoying. Pick my words better. Love to see more Stalker. You sent me down a path of playing all the games on Steam, and I finally got to Anomaly, so I can't wait to see your take on Gamma. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I love getting people into Stalker, no joke. Welcoming others into the addiction. Metroid Prime Remaster looks absolutely incredible on Switch. It looks great to me, yeah. I just, you know, the only problem is the whole on Switch part of that, right? Geo is patient zero. She was the one who ate the bat. I'm telling you guys. Oh, the rifle. Also, did you punch out the two... Wait. Tombs? Tombs for the merchant. No. I don't know what tombs. Is that in here? Where the fucking coffins are? She's been doing similar things ever since she pulled out that FF7 manual at Faithful Day many years ago. Dude, she's been playing PsyOps the whole fucking time. Do you like the changes made to the story? I would say so, yeah. I don't... Well, here, let's put it this way. I don't find anything wrong with the story, per se. I like that Leon is a more dark character in the sense that he's like, you know, I mean, the struggles with a sort of, it is a weaker reliance on it, like the PTSD stuff, but it's there, and that's kind of interesting. I like seeing that. Like, it kind of adds a little more depth to him as a character, which is nice. Yeah, I need to wait for this other guy. Here we go. I like him being a little bit darker of a character instead of this, like, happy-go-lucky action hero. That's honestly pretty cool. Krauser seems just about the same to me as far as his character goes. Luis has definitely been beefed up, which is super nice. What I like about Luis is they still give him his sort of comedic, the snake set me up. The fucking snake. You guys saw that. I was good to go until that piece. Where'd he go? He's getting a fucking bullet for that. Anyways. What was I talking about? Oh, Luis. Yeah, what I like about Luis is he still has that comedic overtone, right? Like, he's still, I wouldn't say comedy relief, but there's definitely a comedic element to his character still, which is good. That seems just about as strong as it was before. But they have now given you a little something more underneath that comedic exterior, which I really, really liked. It just adds just that the littlest bit more depth. And that's all I was looking for. Just a bit more, you know? I wasn't exactly, like, mad about RE4's narrative before, but it's just great to see it just slightly improved in a few different ways. Oh, I thought she's coming in for the next swing. Chill, bitch ass. Fuck up out of here. Sky Eye with $5 again. Thank you very much again. We're going to need some top tier Jared approved death metal homework. Oh, fuck yeah. Let's do some death metal homework. All right. I'm down with that. All right. So I've been listening to a new band that sort of skirts the line between more traditional death metal and your more slam centric hardcore influence stuff. Their name is, oh fuck, let me think of it. Oh no. I can do it. It starts with a S. Oh fuck, I thought that was an enemy. Fuck. It's female fronted, and I'll warn you, her voice is good enough on recordings, but you can tell probably not great live. Because you can tell how much she sort of has to force the voice. It's let me see. I have her here in the most recently downloaded. This is gonna piss me off when I see it because it's gonna be so fucking easy. Oh, it's a Volatile Ways. I was way off. Volatile Ways. Super good death metal. There's a song, Condemned to Life, I think it is. Let me see. Oh, Time's Up. That's it. Time's Up. The lyrics talk about being condemned to life. Yeah, Volatile Ways, Time's Up. Very, very good song. Super fucking heavy. Super heavy. What else have I been listening to? I can give you guys some listening homework. Oh, okay. So this is new. It's not death metal related, more thrash metal. There's this band called Misery. I think it's Myzery. Misery. Sort of a traditional thrash metal sound. And they have a song called Power of Peace. I think that's it. Misery. I have them here. Where are you at, Misery? I've been listening to a lot of shoegaze lately, too. Here we go. All right, Misery. Yeah, Power of Peace. Power of Peace is a super good, like, traditional thrash song. But they are doing something with their guitars that I'm seeing a lot lately in heavy music. It's sort of like a 90s alternative sound to the tuning and to the high end of it, it's very, very, very good. Luis? Yes, I mean Luis. Did I say Louis? Somebody take from my dwindling pool of Hispanic points, please. Pretty soon I'm going to owe the Hispanic community points. I want to shoot this. Does it react? It does not. This is the worst fucking game I've ever played before. I think the scene where Leon kills Krauser was well done. You can tell he respects Krauser, but also hates what he's turned into, or maybe what was always there and he hates what he has to do. Yeah, I think what it is like Krauser sort of put him into a position where he has a mutual amount of respect that he'll do. You know, Krauser's like, end it. And you could tell Krauser was asking him to, as opposed to ordering him to. And Leon, he's not the type of guy, he doesn't want to do that, especially to someone who he knows like Krauser, but he is sort of doing him a favor in that sense, which you could tell. There's a lot of nuance here, and I honestly, I do like it. I truly think this game gets almost nothing wrong. It's me, so of course I do have my nitpicks and stuff, but I would say as far as a modern video game release goes, I mean, you don't get much better than this.
They keep coming.
Yeah, here we go. Let's fucking shoehorn them. You have to admit, game dev, the idea is good on paper. You just need a talent team to pull it off. What were we talking about? I assume game design stuff? Ada's awful voice acting. Douglas, you know, I truly, I didn't pay attention to it until people started pointing it out. And I will say that for sure, she is very flat. And it seems to me like probably she is not used to doing very much voice work, I would assume. But, I mean, that's what happens when you hire for authenticity versus talent. And it's like nothing against, because, you know, the biggest problem is you don't want to be an asshole to the voice actor because she's been treated like shit for something that's truly outside of her hands. Like if you hire someone who's never been a carpenter before to build something for you, who's at fault there, them or you, right? But I think, you know, the fact that she was sort of harassed by so many people on the internet, and I won't say she was like forced to leave the internet because, I mean, yes, technically she was, but then again, it's like, it's the fucking internet. Just don't check your goddamn notifications. It's not that big of a deal. But I get where she's coming from. It's unnecessary. People had no reason to contact her personally if they didn't enjoy her performance, you know. But that being said, it's not like they're completely in the wrong when they say the performance isn't that great. People have been sort of over-exaggerating how bad it is, though. It's just sort of annoying how flat she is. It's not like holy fuck, she ruins the game. I mean, truly, the voice actor for Ada in RE2 Remake was fucking incredible. And it seems dumb that Capcom wouldn't use her again. But from what I hear, it has to do with her being a union voice actor, and Capcom stays away from unions for reasons I truly couldn't tell you why. You owed Hispanic points the moment you married the furthest thing from Hispanic that you could. I'm surprised Hispanic IRS hasn't come knocking on your door. No, see, that's the thing. That's the most Hispanic thing you could do is marry a white girl. It's called indoctrination, Jimmy. We've been at it forever. You're Ada wrong, dude. She's amazing. But well done. Well done. I had that coming. Where is he, though? Is he in the window? No, he's over here. Oh, is he up on top? Yeah, okay. How many of these do I have left? Damn, I've only done 8. Phoenix down? It is me. I am the man in the myth. Don't know about the legend. Have I seen Krobcat's recent RE4 video? Yes, I have. Incredibly disingenuous. It's up in the air whether or not that was on purpose, though.
There are enough weapons here to get a party going.
Welcome. I got something new for you.
Like,
A deal
the
well struck.
audio levels in that video are not accurate. And what you want to do is hope
Good luck to you.
that that wasn't done on purpose. Because
Tease, dotting your I's.
I have audio recordings all over the place because I'm working on a video, and I'm pretty familiar with the audio levels. But the problem is, if you record it on PC using Shadowplay will record the volume level that it's receiving, and it does sort of take its marching orders from Windows as far as the volume. So if he was playing that game with the volume down, and this is just, I don't know that this is the case, but it seems to make sense to me. Let's say he was playing the game. He's already familiar with it. I'm sure he's probably already beaten it. So he's playing the game maybe with the volume down and listening to a YouTube video on another device or another monitor, something like that, right? If you record footage with the volume down in Windows, the footage that you record will also be pretty low. And I think maybe his footage may have been suffering from that. That is to say, the other alternative is he did it on purpose because he doesn't like RE4 Remake and he wants it to look bad, which seems kind of dumb. I mean, I get not liking RE4 Remake. I like it personally, but not everybody has to. It just seems like you should probably come up with like a reason that can't be easily disproven by anybody with a computer. Codfish with $5. Thank you, man. All this music talk and no typo negative yet. Time to change that. And you just did. Well, good job. I fucking love typo negative so fucking much, dude. Holy shit. I've talked about this a million times, but one of the biggest regrets in my life is getting into typo negative after Pete Steele died. I mean, truly, like, I had heard typo negative in the late 90s, early 2000s, and so when I first got into like heavier music, man, I was an idiot. I didn't like heavy music that used clean, like singing style vocals. That bothered me because I'm like, dude, this is fucking heavy music. People should be screaming. It took me a long time to get used to Metallica because I was so used to heavy metal, like fast, brutal, like Napalm Death style heavy metal, where the lead singer screamed the entire time. That was just what I was used to. And I was very biased against music that didn't sound like that. So Megadeth, I never got into. I was like, dude, clean vocals, get the fuck out of here. I hate it. And I heard typo negative, and I wasn't like, I didn't hate it necessarily. I just was like, oh, this is just another heavy metal band using clean vocals. Musically, I didn't have the refined palette enough to get into them. And then I started playing a lot of mods for Max Payne 2. And there was a mod called the Cinema mod or Cinematic mod. I forget which one. And when you went into bullet time, it would play music. And one of the songs was Typo Negative's I Don't Want to Be Me. And then I heard it like 3, 4, 5 times. Because when you're playing through the game, you can't control which song. It's random. And then eventually I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to listen to this outside of the game. And then it turned into, I'm obsessed with Typo Negative now. And fuck. I'm an idiot. I fucked up. Dario Ramiro's remastered concerts, $5. Thank you again, man. Sadler is worse than RE4R. OG had anti-US motivations and better presence. New Sadler is a generic cult leader who is barely on screen. Okay, I'll agree with you. He is barely on screen. I get where you're coming from there. It was kind of interesting, the anti-US sentiments in the original. That is true. I will say a majority of the characters in this game, you'll notice a trend. they are much less likely to devolve into theatrics in Remake. And honestly, I sort of appreciate what they're doing there. They want a less exaggerated theatrical feel overall. And I think they were trying to avoid RE4's ridiculousness. And in doing so, they did dial back a lot of characters' performances, I feel like. I think that was on purpose. And as a guy who doesn't necessarily get into the tongue-in-cheek action movie, we're all in on this joke together vibe of RE4 OG, I'm not exactly mad at him for it. I won't lie to you. Doc Salty 96 re-upping after 23 months. Thank you very much for all the support, man. Always love to see you streaming. I'm on my 7th run and still loving it. Hope you, Joe, and Rufus are great. We're doing on well. Josine's sick, but she's coming out of it now. She's crested the hill, I would say. Rufus is keeping her company upstairs right now. Music without animal noises ain't music. See, that's what I'm saying, dude. But I started getting into like heavy bands that used more clean vocals, like Kill Switch Engage. I got into, and really and truly, I think it was when I started listening to like metalcore is when I started breaking my bias on singing vocals. Stuff like Kill Switch Engage, fucking As I Lay Dying. I don't think As I Lay Dying used clean vocals, did they? But Bleeding Through did. You know what I mean? Like a lot of those like early 2000s metalcore bands got me into the cleaner vocal styles. Oh, fuck. Shit, Jared. Okay, you can't parry that, dude. I was just trying to hit your head. That's all I was trying. Fine. I'll use the shotgun. Are you happy? I hit E. I fucking hit it. Don't give me that shit. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Just relax. Obscura, a true crime podcast, says, my only complaint about RE4 Remake is that the ammo and heal drops feel a little too over-tuned. As in, I can feel the hands of the devs a little transparently because they wanted to remove hoarding. So I actually listed that as a positive recently. And by recently, I mean in my script. So to me, I kind of liked the scaling of resources. Dude, they combo off of each other. The same thing happened with the snake a minute ago. Okay, this is my bad. Honestly, oh, that's right. I forgot we're in hardcore mode. I was like, I used to be able to just shoot him in the head and stagger him. So, my thing is, in RE4 Remake, I feel that resources are more tightly controlled. Like you're definitely correct. You can sort of feel the invisible hand of the dev influencing things. But what it leads to is I've got less resources on me at all times. And I'm feeling, this isn't necessarily the case, but it sort of has the psychological effect of you feel like you're always on the verge of running out. And I mean, so far in my playthroughs, I've never gotten to the point. I mean, look, I've got so much bullshit. To be fair, this is New Game Plus, though. But you never actually get to the point where you do run out, but you feel like you're on the verge of it all the time, which is a pretty good trick, I would say. I like the idea of not running out of ammo because that's sort of too detrimental to gameplay, but feeling like I might, that sort of it's not the same as a traditional Resident Evil game, but it does have a similar effect, which I think is nice. Oh, import gaming for the win. Are you using like a Mac solely? I want to like you more than that, Jimmy. You know that. I'm looking for blue medallions now. There you are, son of a bitch. This game needs more toes. Oh, where's that guy at? What's his name? Toe Licker? Oh, fuck me. Oh, come on. Suck my ass. Jared, do you think we'll get RE1 remade in this engine? It's tough to say. That is tough to say. I want to say no, but you guys will keep in mind that I said no, that RE4 would get remade in this engine. I just didn't think it made much sense from a business standpoint. And while I used to be very negative on the idea, I was just like, absolutely not. I mean, we do have RE1 remade available on a million different modern platforms. Console, PC, you can play RE1 Remake, the original, anywhere, and you can experience how good of a game that is, right? That being the case, we lose nothing by getting an RE1 Remake. Because if it's bad, we truly, we can always play the original. We don't have to really worry about it tarnishing any sort of reputation or like, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. Honestly, I really don't. It would be interesting to see sort of RE3 Jill in RE1. You know what I mean? And then we would, oh yeah, and then that would probably, oh, would they use Village Chris or would they use Uncle Chris from fucking RE7? Interesting idea. Yeah, I'd like to see that though. I think that would be really fun. Yo, the double parry? Fuck out of here. Get that kick. Joe bitch ass. I don't think RE1 will be remade in this engine because the map design wouldn't work. You know, I would have thought that about RE2 Remake. Like, the precinct doesn't necessarily lend itself to a lot of, like, wide open movement, right? Which is what you want for this over-the-shoulder third-person perspective. But they made the precinct work really well for the RE4 style movement and shooting. I would not be surprised them being able to make it work just as well for RE1. No joke. I think I've learned to give, and this is going to sound crazy for me, I've learned to give Capcom a little more credit lately, because while they still make just the dumbest business decisions vis-a-vis fucking RE Resistance or whatever, all of their multiplayer endeavors so far have been fucking asininely stupid. That was close. But I don't know. They seem to be doing okay as far as remakes go. I hope they give Code Veronica the remake treatment next. I just hope they pull in. Oh, they don't pull. Wait, I hope they pull an RE3 make on it. People typically hope they don't do that. RE3 remake was not very popular, which is weird because I kind of liked it. But that was another situation where I wasn't emotionally involved with the original, so any changes they made, I could sort of just step back and be like, oh yeah, I could see how this might be appreciated or not. I think Capcom will remake RE5 and put an OG story, but what I need to see is Dino Crisis. I don't think we'll ever see that, sadly. The fuck are you doing here? And his buddy. We're gonna sell so many fucking Vipers, guys. Did I shoot the blue medallions? Not all of them in this area. Here's the thing, though. This is what you guys have to understand. If they remake RE5, they're going to have to change the setting. People, I mean, like, think of it this way. There was a blowback in the fucking mid-2000s over that shit. In 2023, the kind of people who are, like, terminally offended at everything that has ever existed before, do you think they're going to let them get away with a Resident Evil game set in Africa with a white protagonist? It's not going to happen. And that's not my personal feelings. Like, I think that's fucking asinine to get mad that a white guy would be the protagonist in a game that takes place in Africa, and there would be antagonists that believably would be African. You know, I don't think anybody was surprised by that, except for the type of people who don't play Resident Evil, and we're never going to play Resident Evil. Media commentators, essentially. Media commentators who don't fucking engage with the media they commentate on. Just flat out. I mean, if they did remake RE5, it essentially would not be RE5. It would be a new game starring Chris in a different place.
This is what I'm talking about.
Like, I think Capcom, even though they're doing very well for themselves, aren't doing so well that they can justify eating the type of controversy that an RE5 remake would bring. And it sucks to say, but it 100% would bring controversy. That's why I reckon they'll remake 1 and before they do Code Veronica or 5. Yeah, Code Veronica and 5 sort of have controversy baked into their game design. And I don't see Capcom taking that on the nose. I mean, companies are so fucking terrified of offending the left and the right in this country. And it's led to stagnation and creativity because everybody's like, oh, well, what if someone gets pissed off about that? And then the rest of us are like, yeah, fucking who cares? People who were never going to fucking support your company in the first place are now saying they're not going to support your company. It's like no one gives a shit. And the same fucking thing happened with the Harry Potter nonsense. Everybody was like furious. They're like, holy shit, let's boycott this. And then it ended up doing really well because who fucking gives a shit? The same thing goes for fucking Bud Light. It's like, yeah, let's all fucking boycott it. And then nothing happens. Because who gives a fucking shit? This is a corporation. They're not a person. They're not expressing fucking views. Well, if it isn't Susie, what's up? How you doing? What are you doing up this late? What time is it over there? Damn, it's like, what, like 2 in the morning? Burning the midnight oil, huh? I like it. Boom, bam, bam. Afraid of the right. Really, is there anything censored for the right? In fear of them? Well, I mean, look at Bud Light. People on the right don't like that and being fucking idiots like, oh, I'm never going to drink Bud Light anymore. It's like, here's a fucking idea. How about this? Don't fucking drink, number one. Number two, who gives a fuck where your fucking beer comes from? Who cares? Like, truly, who gives a shit what politics the companies that you... Like, that's... It's fucking... Just relax. Everybody needs to fucking calm down. Companies need to stop acting like they're people. You don't vote. You know what I mean? Anheuser-Busch is not picking up the fucking ballot box. Who gives a shit what they do with their fucking product at their time? God damn it. I'm so sick and tired. Everything has to be a constant fucking fight. And it's so frustrating. We can't just be like, oh, I mean, I disagree with that, but that's okay. I mean, like, it literally, feel free to your opinion. You know, we can't do that. Nobody can just be like, everything has to be so personally engaged. Yeah, how about don't drink at all, dummies? Boom, there you see? Really and truly, that's been my argument the entire time. Is like, if anything that gets people to not drink as much, controversy or otherwise, it's good in my opinion. I mean, truly, if you're out there smoking weed, I 100% support you. I feel like in a world where both weed and alcohol is available, it's almost ridiculous to choose alcohol. I know I can just return now, but I feel like there's got to be a fucking medallion that I'm missing here. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't smoke weed and doesn't drink alcohol. Weed is without a doubt truly the best option there. I mean, it would be nice if people needed neither, but if there's something in your life that you truly feel like you need to be sedated for, I would go with fucking THC over alcohol any day of the week. As a bouncer, I've seen the effects of both, and I've had to fight way less people who are high than compared to people who are drunk. I quit drinking a few years ago. Tim Jones, fucking congratulations. And that sounds like sarcastic. I truly mean that. That's a tough thing to do. My dad quit drinking. He just literally, he went from alcoholic to stone sober. Cold ass turkey. And the way he explained it is that he never quit drinking, is that he was through with it. You know what I mean? He thought that quitting sounded too soft. He was like, no, it's not that I quit. I'm done. Like, I'm finished, which is dope. Chad, is it weird that two of the most recognized RE content creators are punk rock straight edge kids? I would say it's weird that all of us aren't. I'll say. It is, you know, that is kind of, it brings up an interesting point, because this was always such a small subculture, you know, straight edge. And when I got into like gaming sort of communities, like communicating with people who like do content creation and stuff, people who are kind of like tastemakers, right? I was really surprised at the amount of people who get into this like other subculture that are part of this like even smaller subculture, like straight edge, hardcore, punk rock, heavy metal. Like these are kind of small deals when you look at the overall mass populace. And then gaming is another small deal. And I guess it makes sense, right, that these two would overlap to a degree, but it's just like, I guess I never considered it, and it's kind of interesting, which is always dope. Yes, got the fucking last hit, fool. You know what? I haven't gotten knocked out of the boat. Does that happen in this game? In the remake? Oh, I like how the parasite is visible. Oh, come on. That totally hit.
Think you can swallow me whole, huh?
I think the answer is yes, Leon. Fuck yeah. Suck my ass. Oh. Dude, I got the hit in, though. I definitely got the hit in. Don't act like I didn't. Oh, the boat has an HP meter. I never noticed that before. Oh, shit. I'm headed... No! Fuck. Okay. Here, again. Dude, this is the most damage I've taken on this boss fight. Oh, it's hardcore mode. I keep forgetting that. Oh, fuck off. Asshole. By the way, I hope you enjoy this game. The connections to the series and the improved story are my favorite things. So cool they actually cared about the narrative this time. 100%. You know, and it's weird because everybody gives me shit for being the guy who's pretty negative on RE4. And it's like, the video that I'm currently editing right now for this game is so fucking positive. It's almost worryingly positive. I mean, I might have like 2 or 3 issues with this game, and truth be told, most of them stem from the visuals. And it's not even like I don't like the way the game looks. It's just more like, oh, here's like a little thing that I thought was kind of weird. But I'm genuinely surprised at how much I enjoyed RE4 Remake. Right. Hold on.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, where'd you go? I think one more hit of some debris is going to kill me. Why couldn't I throw that spear?
Tough son of a bitch.
Damn, this fight lasts way longer on hardcore. I've hit him 1,000,000 times. Literally, I've been counting. Dude, he's being a fucking butthole. Yes! Yo, that was sick as fuck. Although it killed me. Right up from underneath. Hell yeah. That's sick. That's fucking dope. El Batsi says, the connections are so beautiful and perfect placed. I can only hope the Separate Ways DLC gives us even more. Is that confirmed? They're going to do a Separate Ways DLC? It's kind of dope. I don't usually buy DLC, but I'll definitely... I might cover it for the channel. You write that one off in the taxes, right? RE3 was very bad, in my opinion. I don't know. I kind of liked it. I mean, it wasn't a good remake, I would say, for sure. But, like, as a video game, I enjoyed it. I think most of what I didn't like about RE3 is that I would have liked more of RE3. More of the, like, Raccoon City section. Exploration, item hunting, puzzle solving, stuff like that. Fuck. I gotta stop trying to get hits in during those scenes. Do you post your videos based on what time it is? And if so, for the States or where you are? Honestly... I sort of wing it. Like, sometimes I'll post... like, I liked the idea of, like, posting around, like, lunchtime. But I don't know if there's a good reason for that, to be totally honest with you. I'm not sure that it matters. I mean, you want to think that it does matter. Like, people who, like, live for analytics and stuff, they're like, yes, you have to make sure you post at the right time or something. But... I don't know if I care enough to be bothered by it. Lately it's been like, okay, is the video done? Then, yeah. Can I just skip this, though? Jared, there's a guy called Ken Terminated DQ who wants you to acknowledge him in the chat. Ken Terminated DQ. Let's see. Hold up. I'm not seeing that Ken. Oh, DQ. Okay. What is he saying? Ken, I'm not sure what you want to be acknowledged for, but I have acknowledged your existence. I mean, your live stream of the demo had me thinking that you were an entitled older RE fan. That's just how it came off. I don't understand why people got that feeling from me, though. I was super stoked on the demo. I was really positive. I just saw some blurry textures, and I was like, damn, those blurry textures sure do exist. And people are like, yo, this dude's criticizing everything. It's like, the fuck I am. I walked into an area and just happened to look down, and where I was looking, there was really bad textures. And the comment section for that archive was literally people losing their minds that I was being so negative. And it's like, Motherfucker, I wasn't. I was literally like I wasn't even. I was saying that I'm pretty sure we're seeing the tail end of what the RE engine is capable of graphically, which is a technical comment made from someone who knows about what the RE engine is capable of. And then people were taking that as like, yo, Jared's real negative on the remake. And it's like, the entire time I was engaging in combat with that game, I was fucking loving it. And I was audibly telling people how much I was having fun. I really don't understand why people got that opinion from me. Like, I could not have been more positive about that fucking demo. I really don't get it. Adriel with $5. Thank you very much, Adriel. What do we got? All right, Jared, I was able to catch more of the stream this time, but as my eyes are bleeding from exhaustion, I must retire. Good luck, stream. Well, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. Have a good one. Oh, no. Ooh, that was close. Oh, shit. Can you steer while you're aiming? Have I been an idiot this whole time? I'm going to hit that. Fuck you. I'm so dumb. I thought this was RE4 rules. Dodged, you fool. I keep thinking I could get a cheeky hit in while he's doing that. No, don't hit the boat. There we go. The game listens to me. Fuck. I'm missing every shot. And I keep thinking I can turn through these fucking... God damn it, I'm so dumb. Dope. Did I just hit it in its eye? I don't know if that's possible, but I'd like to say that yes. If it is, I'm the best. If anybody's gonna hit it in the eye, it's me. The greatest video game guy. Please, do something. I love how it gets quiet. That's so smart. Gotcha. Where you at, fool?
Where'd you go?
Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Oh, here we go. Suck it, nerd. Would be a 10 out of 10, but it got a single low-res texture on the ground, so I gotta put it as a 5 out of 10. Exactly. Dude, this guy gets it. He gets it. I mean, truly you are. On hardcore, this is a very different fight. On normal mode, I breezed through this. I took 0 damage. Which is interesting. I have a part in my script where I talk about how the boss fights don't seem to be tuned to the new mechanics very well. Please let me hit you. This is the longest boss fight in the world now. That feels so good, though. Did you watch the waifu tournament? Am I going to sound crazy if I say, is that a thing? I was not aware that the waifus were in competition. Who won? I guess. You know what? Better question. Who were the competitors? Yes. Fuck you, idiot. Oh no! No! Fuck you. Yeah, do that. Oh, this is the first time I've seen this. This is dope. I completed that. You guys saw me complete it. They're remaking Max Payne 1 and 2. That's so fucking cool. I love it so much. Why is this boss fight's killing me? I haven't had enough coffee. That's the problem. I need to reload. Dude, on hardcore, Salazar's a killer. On professional, it makes me want to die. You know, he was the hardest boss fight on normal mode for me. I figured his shit out eventually, but it took me a very long time, and it was a tough ass fight, even on normal. But Elegante, Del Lago, I took 0 damage on both of those fights. And I might have gotten hit once on the dual Elegante fights. Suck my butt, nerd. Okay, Jared, you can't go on the outside. There we go. Dude, I'm fucking this fool up, but he's still coming at me. Do it, come out. I fucking dare you. Come on. Okay, that was on me, but
Think you can swallow me whole, huh?
that's what she said. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Don't smoke or drink, but we got to get that caffeine. That's for sure. There's vices, and then there's caffeine. Honestly, and I need to figure out a way to live my life without caffeine. But I feel like if I attempted that, my channel would just immediately stop existing. I would find it's impossible to work on game reviews. And you know, the thing is, it's not... Oh, fuck. It's not like the caffeine is there so that I could get a good night's rest and then work on shit. It's like, I don't sleep either. The caffeine is necessary for me to live. But really, I don't think it's the coffee that's the problem. I drink a lot of energy drinks, and that's not good. Like, if there's one thing I truly, truly need to consider stopping, it's the amount of energy drinks that I take in on a daily basis. Because it's kind of stupid. But that's my cross to bear. Just an incredibly attractive, caffeine addicted man. There are some schools of thought that being straight edge includes not drinking caffeine. And I had a buddy who spent like, I mean, it must have been like 6 years of his life just not drinking caffeine because he was straight edge. But there's also some people who stay true to the original tenets of straight edge, which is they don't have sex either. I'm not sure I can make that fucking sacrifice, guys. I'm a fairly regimented guy, but I don't know if I could give up sex and caffeine. Those are like the only two things. I don't ask for much. God, he's so creepy looking. You know, honestly, what's creepier than this is the fish in Metro Exodus. Please consider the energy drink consumption. I do it. Like it's bad. It is not good. I promise you, I'm not in the dark on that one. I would rather that not go down. Didn't realize I was already living that gamer straight edge life. That's the thing. Sometimes they'll creep up on you. So the original straight edge are monks. Yeah, so Ian Mackay from Minor Threat came up with the idea of straight edge because the hardcore punk rock scene, you know, the idea was that punk rock was created to rebel against society in all forms, right? The idea was like total rebellion. You did not want to fit in. You did not want to do the things that society did. You wanted to be on the outside. You wanted to be on the fringes of what society thought was reasonable, right? And that rebellious attitude, that fuck you attitude, was a good thing for a while. But then when punk rock sort of became more mainstream, people in the scene started to notice that it was less about not fitting into society and more about fitting in with other punks, right? So hardcore was born as a return to the ideals of punk rock. Like, we want to be on the outside. We don't agree with what society does, and we are sort of rebelling against it. So Ian Mackay, part of the hardcore punk rock scene, noticed that just like everywhere else, just like at the bar, you see like normies hanging out at the bar watching a football game getting pissed drunk, right? He noticed the same thing was going on in the hardcore scene. People were just getting drunk as shit, passing out at shows, doing drugs, ODing and stuff. And he saw that as like, well, like, you're not different from society if you're engaging in the same exact shit that they're doing, right? So the idea was, let's be something more than that. So we can live our lives without numbing ourselves to reality. Drugs, alcohol. He saw sex as a distraction from like improving himself and stuff. And for me, not so much. It's a positive aspect of my life. But the whole sex thing was dropped pretty early on. But it was very interesting to see that hardcore started out as a way to rebel against society, but ended up sort of, at least according to the people in the hardcore scene, mimicking society a little more than they were comfortable with. It's a very interesting concept. People normalize caffeine addiction. It's extremely overrated. And it's very unhealthy, too. You're absolutely right. But I you know what? Actually, yeah, the normalization is more of an issue than the usage, to be fair.
Some kind of shrine.
I love pop punk, but the expression pop punk is kind of an oxymoron unless you're considering rebelling against both society and the punk movement to be its own form of punk, which is the sellout mentality, to be fair. It's like, yeah, we're rebelling against even the people who rebel by making music that normies can listen to. And so, by the way, I fucking love pop punk. MXPX, amazing. Phoenix TX is incredible. Love Blink 182. Homegrown is amazing. You know what I mean? I love pop punk. But it's like, you have to sort of admit you're soft as shit for playing pop punk. And that's okay. Because pop punk is less, it's the energy of punk rock, but you're singing about like breaking up with your girlfriend. And I'm totally fine with that. I'm 100% cool with that idea. Josine used to not like Phoenix TX at all. For those of you that don't know, the lead singer of Phoenix TX is Mark's cousin from Blink 182. And I always listen to that Phoenix TX song, Threesome. And now she's into him because through constant repetition, I've gotten her into them. Yeah, I mean, old pop punk is the only pop punk. Modern pop punk is just literally pop. The punk aspect of it has been lost a long time ago. So we're talking about if it was recorded after like 2006, no, not pop punk. Jared, if you switch the OG soundtrack in the remake, you hear the old RE title announcer instead of RE4, OG RE4 announcer. Really? Interesting. That is a market improvement.
I have something I'd welcome.
Not shocking. Humans are humans. You might rebel, but at the end of the day, you tend to just fall into the same patterns. That is true. I think really and truly what you should probably strive for in terms of like rebelling against society is more, and then this was a pretty big tenet of hardcore, was the problem with punk rock is the idea was that they were going to rebel outwardly and visibly. And at hardcore, the idea was like, yeah, we're going to rebel, but we're going to do so up here. all of our shit that's going on. Like this is where
There's some things
we're fucking getting things done, and I think that that was a good move.
can't go wrong with that. Got a selection of combat.
One night at the gym was pop punk night, apparently. Oh, shit. With literally every song I heard being some pop punk song, including MXPX. Dude, I fucking love MXPX. I'm away, here to stay, and I'm away, and you're okay. You guys ever hear that MXPX song, Invitation to Understanding? I think that's what it's called. Come on, understanding, visit me for once today. I'll be grateful you don't even have to stay. Big recommendation. That's a great song. If you come knocking on my door and I am not around. Fuck, damn it. I'm starting to... Dude, I gotta listen to MXPX when this stream is done.
Anytime.
There's only one way to think. The cookie way. That's true. Jared, who is the heaviest band you've stepped to? Oh, that's tough. Honestly, Desolated is in the top running. I fucking love Desolated. Very, very heavy stuff. Corpse with a K. Very, very heavy. Oh, I'm not moving. Fuck, who else? Honestly, that band Volatile Ways is pretty fucking heavy as well. Nasty.
Welcome.
Very heavy beatdown band.
Things on sale, stranger.
There's a band called Schwarzkopf, which is crazy heavy. But they're very hit or miss because some of their songs are fucking awful. Do I like System of a Down? Yes. But here's the thing. I really only get into the self-titled album. Toxicity and Steal This Album, I don't like it. This is going to sound like such a fucking bullshit answer, but truly, those later albums had such a mainstream sound to them. I couldn't get into it. In the self-titled album, they were very unique musically. They would blend elements of punk rock, heavy metal. They'd be screaming, they'd be singing. Surge from System of a Down is a lot like Mike Patton from Faith No More and Mr. Bungle, where he kind of strove to make the weirdest sounds humanly possible with his voice. And like, I respect that. That's very cool. But it seemed like he started falling into a pattern with the later releases where he would do the same things over and over again. It's like, damn, that's kind of not why I got into you guys in the first place. I like the uniqueness, not the... I mean, it started to sound like any other nu metal band, essentially. But it's like, you can't deny some of the hits, you know. I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide. Like, it's like well-written music, but I think the self-titled album is a much more interesting listen. You got Spiders, fucking Sweet Pea. Like, these are heavy songs that are very unique. This is where that fish is. Oh shit, someone actually agrees with me. Yeah, the first one is the heaviest and most unique. Hell yeah, dude. That song War? Dude, War fucking rules. Oh shit, David, what's up, dude? How you been? Unique is so hard to maintain, though, especially musically. You can't change your sound because you're a sellout. You can't maintain your sound, then everything sounds the same. You can't win as an artist. You know, you're not wrong for sure. I think about this all the time because I'm torn between these two ideas. Like, let's say between The Buried and Me, they really switched their sound up, and I did not like that at all. And part of me says, well, you're an artist, you have control, like it's your business what your music sounds like, right? And like that is how I feel. But that being said, I think you do sort of have you owe something to the people who got you to where you are, to where you're able to work musically, you know, where you're able to make money off of your creative endeavors. And those people sort of expect a certain sound out of you, and for good reason, because that's what you've always delivered, right? So like there's this sort of dueling idea of strict creative freedom and individualism versus the responsibility to deliver the stuff that deliver something to the people who made you successful in the first place. It's a dueling idea, honestly, and depending on what time of day it is, either side could win that argument for me. I think this is the girl from the intro, right? A Day to Remember gets so much shit because their first album was more metal focused. Then they went more pop punk and eventually pop. I don't like their direction, but See, A Day to Remember is kind of my quintessential go-to for pointing out that modern pop punk just isn't pop punk anymore. Like, I've never really got into A Day to Remember, even the metal stuff, but that's the sort of pop punk that you know what it is. Really, that's the thing. Pop punk died the minute that dudes in hardcore bands started playing it, because it was just more no effects, right? And no effects, like, I don't think Good Charlotte counts as pop punk, right? And I don't think No Effects counts as pop punk, because it's literally just pop music played by people with hair dye, and I don't think that counts. I think like it's less about the look of your band and it's more about the type of music that you play. And I think a lot of people think, oh, well, if I look like a dude who listens to punk rock and I fucking play pop music, therefore it's pop punk. It's like, no, there's like a musical reason. It's the survival horror argument all over again. You fucking asshole.
They keep coming.
Fine. He has forced me into it. And why does Leon say I knew it? Like anybody was doubting him that these things existed? Have I been enjoying the game so far, Mike Jones? I've honestly been loving it, which has surprised everyone, including myself. Here's where I was going. Not super into survival horror besides a select few franchises. Mostly here because of the good content. Does the S in Leon S. Kennedy stand for sex? I think canonically, yes, it does. Paw Punk is what Rufus plays. That's a solid joke, David. I owe you a high five for that one. Good work. Jared, I know your favorite band. Love some of that Nirvana. I fucking hate Nirvana so much, dude. Nirvana played the most typical alternative rock that you could play in the 90s, and people looked at them like they were the fucking second coming of music itself. It is so fucking frustrating. It's not even that Nirvana played bad music. It was just such fucking... Even at the time, other bands were playing the same music as them. Before the whole grunge blow-up thing, which I hate grunge as a genre because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't describe a type of music. It describes... It doesn't describe anything, because it's like, okay, look at... What are the grunge bands? The big three. Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, right? They don't sound musically anywhere near each other. Like, there's nothing about those three bands that you could connect the dots with, other than like existing at the same time. That's about all you got. I fucking hate grunge so much. It makes no sense. It doesn't mean anything. It's just fucking bullshit. Have I ever listened to Surge's solo albums? I have not listened to his solo albums at all. I don't even think he's that great of a vocalist, honestly. I think it was the total package that worked with him. It was the music, it was the writing, it was his voice, but none of those things on their own would have done anything for me. It's, together what really got it. Dirty hair, grimy clothes. Well, like, that's the thing, because Soundgarden didn't look like fucking Nirvana did. And Pearl Jam looked like a bunch of fucking normies, right? There's nothing about Pearl Jam that was like alternative to anything. Like, they looked like every person looked in the 90s. Professional is kind of a pain in my opinion, though. I suppose it's supposed to be so low, mission accomplished. But other than that, I can't really fault the remake beyond a few tiny nitpicks. Same here, honestly. I haven't played Professional, to be fair, so I couldn't comment on that. But like you said, aside from a few nitpicks I have, maybe graphically, which is the engine's fault, not the game's fault. There's a few things mechanically I could see being done better, but for the most part, this is just a really good game. It's a really solid game. And I think it's probably... I mean, it sort of is obvious that this is a really good game, and it probably one of the better remakes. And it's because they didn't have to do anything that complicated here. In RE2 Remake, they had to supplant survival horror. They had, not even supplant, they had to implant survival horror into Resident Evil 4's framework, essentially, right? That required a lot of tweaking. There was a lot going on there. But with RE4, it's already RE4, and all you have to do is add to it in a way that doesn't necessarily have to be significant, but is significant enough that it feels like worthwhile. And I think that's a fairly easy order when you're playing a game that is relatively shallow as far as the experience it's offering. Because with RE4, really and truly, all you've got there is, this is a high action, high octane experience. You just have to deliver a lot of action. Whereas with a with a survival horror game, you have to deliver something a little more substantial as far as like the nuanced approach to game design goes. You can't just put a turret section in and say like, oh, now it's a survival horror game, right? You have to really carefully and crazily map out the way that every aspect of exploration, every item that you pick up needs to feel like it was, came across in the survival horror way. Like, things just have to feel way more purposefully tweaked in a survival horror game. Whereas with an RE4, it's like, I mean, put the enemies in the right places, recreate the weapons as they existed before. A lot of their work was already done for them with the RE4 remake. So I think it was a lot easier for them to stumble, you know, ass backwards into success here versus the other remakes. Jared, what did you think of Murder House? Murder House was great. Wait, Murder House is the one with the Easter Bunny, right? Because I like that one a lot. Just saw an ad for a site named Temu trying to sell a Switch for $7. They ain't even hiding now how fake it is. Hey, buy the Switch. What are you doing, dude? Why do you not have the Switch yet? Wait, did I already come? Oh, I did, yeah. I didn't get any of the shit that made. Okay. I haven't been paying attention, if you can't tell. Let's have a music stream. If you can reach into the toilet, that's survival horror. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Oh, here it is. This is where one of them is. I personally disagree that fixed cameras need to be a part of survival horror. Well, it's not necessarily that they need to be a part of survival horror, but you have to have a certain checklist for a game to qualify as survival horror, and that checklist can't be based on feelings. It has to be based on concrete game design elements, mechanics, like foundational design elements that can be tangibly proven to exist versus like, oh, you need to feel like you're in the, you know what I mean? People often describe survival horror as like, oh, fuck you. Hold on. There we go. As like, yeah, you need to feel isolated. You need to feel like, and like, you can't describe a video game genre like that. You can describe like a fucking literary genre like that maybe, but you can't be like, yo, this game is this because it feels like. You can't do that. So if you aren't going to have a fixed camera system available in your survival horror game, you have to have enough of these survival horror boxes ticked that you don't need that fixed camera system. That's the thing. So it's not necessarily that fixed cameras need to be present, but let's be very honest here. We all agree that Resident Evil 1 is survival horror. Now what you have to do is you have to like, because I mean nobody's going to say it isn't, right? So now what you have to do is you have to make an argument for why the elements present in Resident Evil 1, the game that coined the term survival horror, are not necessary for the genre survival horror. I think a lot of times people don't think objectively about this stuff. They're very subjective. They're like, well, I mean, I've always felt like X is a survival horror game. And that's fine. You can feel any way you want. I'm not going to be mad at you for that. But if you can't explain why you feel that way, like I need you to in a way that is not subjective to your own experience, explain to me why a video game is survival horror. I thought I shot that. Just in case the fire doesn't kill him.
Present for you.
Mondo Cool's got the right idea. It's not survival horror unless you picked up a crank for a door or a gate. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, survival horror needs to be based on tangible, honest-to-goodness things that exist in the real world. Something you can point to, and you could say, this is survival horror. Elements like inventory management, limited resources. And by limited resources, I mean the resources have to actually be limited and not, I played the game and I didn't have a lot of resources. Like there has to be a finite amount of resources that you can gain within the game. Versus something like, people just call Dead Space a survival horror game because they felt like they were always on the verge of running out of items. And it's good that they feel that way. Like that's how the developer should be making you feel. But because you can get enemies from down, or because you can get items from downed enemies, you never can technically run out of resources in that game. And the same goes for Resident Evil 4. And then what's the last one? Because I can always get items from enemies, I can never run out of items, right? So Resident Evil 4 can't be a survival horror game. The items aren't limited. There is no fixed perspective. You know what I mean? The elements that are present in any other Resident Evil game can't be argued to be present here. I think it's this one. And then you, right? Or was it? No. Nice. サイレントヒールの大好きの歌は大好きの歌イントロの歌は大好きです。Is there a word for introduction in Japanese? I'm sure there is. Or, fuck. I can't remember the names of Silent Hill songs. I always just keep them on a playlist. Couldn't the argument be made, though, that the through line for limited resources is because it creates a feeling of tension? See, that's the problem. We're trying to avoid feelings because you could make an argument for anything being anything if we're going on feelings. For example, I'm not scared at all by RE4. Does that mean RE4 is not a horror game because I'm not scared by it, right? Like, this is the problem. We're trying to avoid a feelings-based argument because then we can't come to any concrete conclusions. We can only come to the conclusion that I feel X and you feel Y, and there's literally no way for us to come to any sort of agreement unless that agreement is we don't feel the same way. And it's like, I don't like having arguments based on subjectivity. Like, we can have an argument over, like, which band sounds the best, right? I like the way this band sounds. But then what's your response to that? I don't like the way that band sounds. There's nowhere else for that discussion to go. We can't say a single thing meaningfully to each other from that point because we've gotten to the impasse in that argument. That being, I feel differently than you. And that doesn't do me any good. I don't gain any value from having an argument with someone where the conclusion is, well, we just feel differently. It's like, okay, but we're arguing over objective reality, though. So how we feel about reality doesn't necessarily affect how reality affects us. So if we're going to talk about a game genre, which we both agreed to exist in the world, we both agree that survival horror exists, and we both agree that in order for survival horror to exist, there needs to be a set of factors that define something is survival horror. Otherwise, everything is survival horror and nothing is survival horror, right? So when you say something, a lot of people aren't aware that you're making a statement in a few different ways. So if you say survival horror exists, you're also saying that there is a criteria that exists that would define something as being survival horror. So what I try to do is break down this feelings-based argument into something I can point to and we can both agree exists. Limited resources. Resources that are finite in number. Okay, we can both agree that Resident Evil 1 has a finite amount of ammunition, a finite amount of green herbs, right? Now all we have to do is figure out, okay, so how does this play into what survival horror is? Now, you can start making feelings-based arguments when you're critiquing a video game, right? You can say, well, you know, this game made me feel this way. And that being the case, you might enjoy this video game if you enjoy feeling this way. And then I would be all on board. That's 100% awesome. And I watch videos on YouTube of that every fucking day, right? Just nonstop. So we can have that discussion all day long. But when you start describing abject reality, that's when we run into problems. Because I can say, listen, we can disagree on our opinions of video games. There are plenty of video games that I like enjoy that I know are pretty stereotypically bad. Like, it would be hard for me to make an objective argument that Stalker is not a poorly made video game, right? Because it is. I just fucking love it. You know what I mean? So we need to be able to sort of separate ourselves from the objective and subjective as much as humanly possible, because an element of subjectivity is always going to be present. We just have to be able to control when and where it influences us. Roland says, in literature, modernism has got to be different from realism somehow. Those lines have to be drawn. Exactly. And if they aren't, then why do we have distinctions? Why do we have those words? They may as well not exist. So it's really important that we allow words to have meanings that we agree upon, because otherwise conversation can't take place. You and I can't speak to each other if we don't agree about what the words we're speaking mean, because then we can't understand. Like, it's not we can't understand people in the typical usage of the word. We cannot understand each other's speech. We don't know what the words we're saying mean. So it sounds so stupid, but this whole survival horror argument goes way deeper than people give it credit. Like, it's the genuine median between having speech exist as we know it and altering it to a point where we don't understand it anymore. And thusly, video games are more important than speech. Okay, so I'm going to say you, and you. Hell yeah. Will you review RE2 Reverse? No, I don't think so. The game looks lame. See, that's a feeling. I don't like the way that game plays. It's not subjectively good to me. But to be fair, there's someone out there who would argue that that game technically is survival horror. And we're never going to get anywhere if everybody's just a fucking contrarian all the time. Here's how Minecraft is a survival horror game. It's like, why use the word then, if that's the case? If everything is fucking survival horror, if Condemned Criminal Origins is survival horror, despite there not being a single element a human being can point to that would put it in the same classification of Resident Evil besides a subjective feeling of horror, then why do we use that word? What worth does that word have if we can't even define what it is? It just is whatever we feel. Fuck, you guys, god damn it, you guys fucking did it again. I am ranting for no fucking reason once again because you assholes drew me into a fucking useless... Why do you do this to me? You know what's going to happen. Survival horror is when police girl with big booba. Hesher is heading towards the right direction. Is Super Mario Bros. Survival horror? Yes. It all is. It has to be. I could find more things in common with Condemned Criminal Origins and Super Mario Brothers than Condemned Criminal Origins and Resident Evil 1. Okay, yeah, this is the right spot. Survival horror equals search action / Metroidvania plus horror. So Metroidvania and survival horror, even though it's a very nuanced difference, there is a difference there. With survival horror, your progress forward is gated through item collection, keys, puzzle items, right? With Metroidvania, your progress forward is not gated through item collection, but ability collection. So in a Metroidvania game, the way forward can be hurdle. You can move forward through gaining an ability, and that ability is not its usefulness is not defined by that single roadblock. Whereas like in Resident Evil 1, you get the helmet key, use that helmet key to get into doors with the helmet lock. With a Metroidvania game, you get you get the shine spark, and now you can use that outside of progress, but you can also use it to gain progress. And that's the big difference. And where it's sort of the lines start to blur is in Resident Evil when you get the shotgun. And it's a shotgun that you can use outside of gaining progress, but you could also use it to put on a pedestal to allow you to progress. Like in Code Veronica, in Chris's campaign when you first go to the island. So there's a lot of like genuine nuance. There's like real things going on here that I don't think people... because they are happening in the background, and the point of game design is sort of to allow people to turn their brains off and let the game manipulate them psychologically or emotionally or physically sometimes. A lot of times that tends to lead people to think like, oh, well, these things they're not real. Like, it's just about how I'm feeling at the moment. It's like, no, there's a lot of concrete, genuine elements that are going into why you feel the way that you do. You always take the bait, Jared. You want to stop getting into rants about horror? Stop taking the bait and ignore those people who bait you. I can't fucking do it, dude. I can't. It's outside of my control. These people have me wrapped around their fingers, and they know it. They fucking know it. Oh, I can't. Wait, can I go through here? Yeah, maybe? Oh, no. I didn't do this. So there's definitely no way for me to get up there from here. Okay. Mental illness strikes again. My fucking arch nemesis, mental illness. Okay, so to get back, Lakeside Settlement is my play. Or there. Okay, I think... Jared, you have enough material here to make a really good, great analysis of survival horror genre. I think you should. Honestly, I have started and stopped a script concerning that so many times. I feel like in the moment, I can make all these arguments when there's someone present for me to have a back and forth with. But when I'm writing a script, it's just me in my own head. And I think a lot of times I need somebody to say, well, what about this? In order to get my mind thinking in that direction. You know, like, for example, somebody made the comment about Metroidvania, and that's something that I truly do think about a lot, but it's not something that comes to me naturally. So it's like when I have a back and forth, it's so easy to do that stuff, but when I don't have a back and forth interaction, it's so hard for me to think of these things. I bet you will, motherfucker. And I do. So when you get the unlimited rocket launcher and resources don't matter, is it still survival horror? Can something be survival horror in a moment when in a moment but change as the tension lets up? That's actually a really good question. Ing Masher 45. So getting the unlimited rocket launcher is not an aspect of the core gameplay, but instead a reward for people who have experienced the core gameplay. It would be the same thing as saying, for example, a lot of people say that for a video game to be a video game, there has to be a lose condition. Super Mario, you fall down a pit, you die, that's a lose condition, therefore Super Mario is a video game, right? But what if you put in a Game Genie code that allows you to fall into a pit and not die? Is Mario no longer a video game now because you don't have a lose condition anymore? I would say if it goes outside of the game's intended parameters, then you're fine. You like, none of this stuff applies. These are extras that are rewarded to people who use a specific code or who do a specific thing, and I think that that's fine. But I think if we start judging a game's genre by extras included for people who have already engaged with the core mechanics, we're sort of missing the point. That would be my view, but that is a relatively more nuanced subject than what is and is not survival horror. I can definitely admit that. I'm glad you respected my high question. I mean, sometimes you got to get high enough for those questions to make sense, dude. Dario Romero's remastered concerts. Thank you very much for the $5, man. RE6 equals survival horror. Nirvana better than literally any variation metal or hardcore band ever. No cap. For a second I couldn't, and then I wish I didn't know what no cap meant. I'm being totally honest with you. I'm going to call cap on that, Dario Romero. I'm calling cap right here. Everybody, you are my witness. I have invoked cap. I fucking hate this world. The internet has ruined all of us, and there's no way for us to get back.
Exhausted our normal range of services for this. We'll come back anytime.
You know, a good example of Ingmaster's high question is I'm playing this on New Game Plus with all the items from my original playthrough. Does that mean this game is a not difficult game because I can beat it once and then I'm rewarded with this easier sort of mechanic? I think you have to count these additional things as just being additional extras, and they're not necessarily a part of how we gauge or engage with the core game. You've invoked cap. Oh, fuck, I've invoked cap. Damn it. Without knowing it. Capcom's in the chat. Coming from Susie the Sphere Hunter, the Cap Mom. I really like that idea. That was fucking genius. All right, so we definitely want that. Oh, this is going to take me so fucking long. Okay, we don't want that then. We want you. But, ooh, that puts me in a rough position here, doesn't it? Okay. All right. No. We can work with this. We can work with this. This can be done. It can't be done. It's impossible. Okay, so we could take you and put you here, and that would technically make sense. Okay, so what if I put you here, right? And then I went arbor. Like, okay, so that can work. There we go. All right, we're moving in the right direction. We are spinning the wheels, as it were. Okay, fuck. This is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. How do I get you over here without fucking... Oh, god damn it. I hate video games. You shouldn't be allowed to play these things. Like, is there a way that I could... No? Well, okay. Okay. It's not impossible. We just need the right mindset. Here we go. Yo, check this out. What the fuck's up? Denny's. Yo, here's the thing. I saw on Twitter so many people saying how hard that was and how, like, they were ready to give up on it. That was the fucking easiest thing ever. You could just sort of accidentally beat it. Listen, I'm a genius, and you guys know it. It's okay. It took me 4 hours. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's talking about how hard it is. Your boy destroying it. Okay, so this is going to be more boomer than usual for me. Who's Germa? I see this guy Germa's name all over the place, and I have no fucking idea who he is. Everybody's always talking about Germa, and I'm more out of the loop than usual on this one, guys. I mean, I know he's a YouTuber, obviously, but like, what kind of content are we talking about here? What kind of controversies has he been embroiled in? That's what I'm interested in. I don't get why anyone complained about it. Like, all RE players are Neanderthals or something. We all are, dude. You know it. We're dummies. Team Fortress 2 YouTuber. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense why I have no idea who he is. Because he seems like he has a big following, but, I mean, it makes sense. I don't know any Team Fortress 2 content creators at all. Oh, wait, did I not sell that thing? I'm an idiot. It's like we said earlier, Jared. Me and Game Dev were talking about the possibility for COD to be an open world game with side activities and a base management system similar to MGS5. I think that could definitely work, but at that point, I would probably... I would want it to maybe be like a side game. You know what I mean? Like a spin-off. Otherwise, it seems like... Why call it Call of Duty then? That's my Resident Evil sense kicking in, though. I was trying to make Jared feel better because he didn't do it in 3 moves. Don't ever try to make me feel better. Worst idea ever. I will be so mad about it. Okay, so Germa is just a funny streamer guy. One of the coolest Twitch personalities. Pretty uncontroversial dude. And people are more drawn to his ability to make normal shit funny rather than any game he plays. So that's probably the ideal way to be as a streamer, though, right? Because so many people tie their entire existence to a video game, and then it's like nobody wants to see them stream anything else. That kind of sucks. I mean, to be fair, having to play a video game is never like the worst thing in the world, but I can see how that would be less than ideal for sure.
You got worms too?
Oh, fuck. I never reach for E instinctively. That always gets me. I wish that I could remap that to a different button. Sphere Hunter says, Germa has been problematic, but he's a crazy variety streamer. But some of his streams are massive. Like, he builds a giant set of doll houses, and then the chat controls everything like The Sims. Honestly, that's pretty fucking dope. He's actually pretty cool. Has he been around for a long time? Because it seems like recently he's all over my YouTube feed. He's all over my Twitter feed. Dude, you fucked me up, dog. Damn it, I was doing so good before that. Traffic Giraffe 0425. Thanks so much for the $10. Very nice of you. Hell yeah, dude. And then he used the nearly... Oh, wait, no. So you're a channel member. I was about to say I thought you used an emoji, but that's the channel. Thank you very much, dude. Dobu with $5. Here's a challenge. Play RE4R with Japanese dub and text. So that's so weird to me. It has a Japanese dub. That's like breaking with RE tradition. Okay. I could do more damage just shooting it here. If I didn't have to reload. Oh, fuck. Yeah, get him, idiot. Oh, he's never been problematic. I got you. Okay, I got you.
Want to help? 'Cause I could use it.
Oh, fuck yeah. I've literally, I don't think I saw that last time. What was that noise? Was that part of... Was that the soundtrack?
God damn.
Ew, look at this little wiener thing.
Okay.
I thought that dog died. Yeah, I think the media around that was a little ridiculous. Everybody was talking about how the dog dies now. And then, like, I played the game and I thought the same thing. Because everybody was telling me, yeah, dude, the dog dies. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. I think maybe Capcom intended that to be the case, like as a way to subvert player expectations. But then when people kind of went crazy about it, they're like, oh, fuck, abort. Maybe that might be the case, because I feel like that's probably the case for the humor. People wanted there to be the bingo line, and then it kind of was in there. And I feel like Capcom was probably aiming for less humor, and then the backlash sort of had them doing last-minute rewrites, possibly. That's an opinion that I can't necessarily back up. But since it's coming from me, it means it's the gospel. Some would say it's no cap. No cap on that. People don't like you when you kill dogs in media. That makes sense. This is a natural reaction to want to protect animals. And dogs are so, like, pure and cute. Josine wants a dog really bad. And if we weren't in Tokyo, I would say, yeah, honestly, that's a good idea. But if she does get a dog, she's going to have to take care of it. Because I don't want to. But I will love it and pet it and cuddle it. But when it needs to be taken out, that will be Josine's job. Yes, Queen, no cap slay. That's me. Steady slaying? Never any cap. Okay, so here's a question. I know what no cap means, but, like, what does it mean? Like, what is it short for? What is the cap part? Like, is cap short for capriciousness, maybe? Like, what is the cap mean in no cap? Because I get the idea. It's like no lie on God, right? But, like, what does the cap part mean? Somebody, you guys got to clue me in on this. I'm very old. You can have my dog. You don't mean that, Dobu. This fool, when he was in Japan, is like, dude, why don't you live here? You speak the language and stuff. He's like, I can't. I love my dog too much. Syriux7? Syriu X7? Yeah, that's probably right? Thank you very much for the $10, man. Operation Raccoon City is the most survival horror of all RE games because forcing myself to finish it gave me existential dread when I realized I will not recover my time lost and I will die one day. Really and truly, realizing you'll die one day is the ultimate survival horror. Yeah, also, I like Operation Raccoon City, I'm not going to lie. I just cringed at that so hard. That means I'm doing something right here for sure. If I'm making the Sphere Hunter cringe, then we're doing all right. We've figured it out. Leah Sia says, the reason everyone thought the dog died is because the first one you find in the village is dead in the bear trap. So instead of keep on playing the... oh, yeah, and... wait, hold on. Keep on playing to the actual dog, which you can say people went on social media. So there's no rewrite, I don't think. Okay, so maybe they were just fucking with us from the start because they knew we'd be expecting to save the dog and they show a dead one. I could still see that going either way, though.
Ashley Graham, I'm here to help.
I thought no cap was an iteration of don't kill me, like don't cap me, bro. No, I don't think that's the case. I could be wrong about that. I am not the cultural analysis guy for sure, but I'm pretty sure it means, like, I'm not lying. Doug Dynamo says, I was just in Tokyo. Weirdly, there was nobody around and clothes were all over the ground. Saw a few spirits and dipped. What's the name of that game again? I forget what it's called. It looks kind of interesting, honestly. What the fuck is the name of that game? I can't think of it. You ain't that old. My mom lives through all the console, lived through all the console guns from the NES. Like every light gun. That's an interesting way of putting it. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. There were slightly well-documented disagreements within the dev team of RE4 Remake. About 2 years back, there was two factions of the dev team. Oh, wait. The dev team disagreed on what tone to take. I think it kind of shows. You can certainly... Poor thing would shit himself and have a heart attack. I mean, to be fair, that's not far from my reaction to getting on a plane to Tokyo. Yeah, I think you can definitely tell that the tone is not consistent all the way through RE4 Remake. And you guys know where I stand. I actually enjoy the lighter, or not the lighter, the darker, less light tone, the more serious one. I do think it probably would have been best to settle on a single one. But I think really and truly there's worse things to do than to please two ends of the fandom at once. You definitely could be doing a lot worse. But I don't have the blue one. All right, guys, we need to get on this, though. What does fucking no cap mean? What is it short for? I don't want to live this life anymore. I no longer want to live in a world where I don't understand no cap. Someone please, without cap, explain to me what no cap is, please. R4 Dick Rider says, yo, what up? Something about you showing up and saying, yo, what up, just feels really nice. The mismatch tone makes sense when you realize that M2 was originally developing RE4 Remake, then Dev 1 took over after the backlash from RE3 Remake. Interesting. And M2 usually does an okay job. Yeah, you can definitely feel that there's a bit of a discrepancy sometimes with the tone. But I don't think it's to like an incredibly negative degree. It's there and you notice it, but that's about as far as it goes. No capital property. There's no way that's what it means. There's no fucking way. Cap is short for anyone using it being green. Now that I'm more likely to believe. Nobody knows what capricious means, though. They don't, and that's what makes it beautiful. You could use it in any scenario, and no one can tell you that you're using it incorrectly. They would be capricious if they did, honestly. Okay, no way. Was I right when I said capriciousness? Shut up. Are you serious? Allegedly, no cap is Atlanta slang and is short for no capriciousness. No fucking way. Dude, I guessed that. I fucking get... First off, no Cappington. I like that one the most. Am I the smartest person on earth? You guys level with me right now. Am I a genius? No cap doesn't exist. You're hallucinating. I would prefer that outcome. Yeah, buddy. What is it? You want to come up here? Okay, come on. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Rufus has entered the chat. Ladies and gents, what's up, buddy? Yeah? He needs his shoulder. It's very important. Oh, and he's sneezing now. You got allergies? Yeah? He's still sneezing. He won't stop. Don't sneeze on my monitor, please. I'm begging you. Yeah? You want to talk to chat? Here. Okay. This is very good. You guys got that, right? You heard what he said? It is also used to express disbelief, similarly to no way. The term cap on its own is used as an alternative to lie. So, yeah, see, that's the meaning that I got from it. Top 8 most intelligent for sure. All right, buddy. You want to tell him something? Do a little purr? Oh, he's going to sneeze into it. That'd be fun. No cap, I heard that. Fuck. Don't be capricious with me now. 10-4, Rufus. For real, no cat. See, that's slang I can't get down with. We have to have yes cat. All right, buddy, you done? Bless you. You want more? Oh, but Jesus. Rufus, fuck it up. There you go. Go ahead. All right. Oh, buddy, relax. All the comedy in RE4 Remake doesn't come off as jarring to me. Leon makes quite a few jokes as a rookie cop in RE2. Chew on that, you overgrown SOB. I guess I can fit it in my schedule. Yeah, for sure. It tracks with his personality, but they are sort of painting him as a more dark. I sort of have PTSD from what happened to me and the training that I had to go through. And it doesn't necessarily jive with the overall tone that I think the story is trying to take, maybe. Again, like, these are not what I would call negatives, just things that I noticed. I wouldn't be mad about, you know, like, these aren't things that I would list as reasons why the game isn't good or isn't doing things well. Just, I think you can notice a little inconsistency here or there, and it'd be fine. Do you have to find the blue thing in normal mode? I don't remember that. Am I crazy for not knowing where I'm going right now? Okay, so I definitely can't do anything. Probably like this, right? Yeah. I just gotta find the blue thing, but I don't know where the fuck the blue thing is. This is ridiculous. This is the worst game I've ever played before. Definitely nothing over here, right? I know you've looked here 1,000,000 times, Jared, but you need reassurance, apparently. DPC didn't pound. Jose, you getting out of here, man? Have a good one. Now, somebody has to know in chat, where can I find that blue thing? The regenerators are double cheeked up. You're not lying. You are not fucking lying. No cap on that. No fucking cap on that. Oh, was Toe Licker in here? Josine, I've told you 1,000,000 times not to ban Toe Licker. I like that guy. He's just being very honest. I'm looking up the blue thing. Here's how I'm going to word it. RE4 Remake blue thing. Let's see what I get. If it's in the first 3. Oh, they're all blue medallions. Fuck. Fine, I'll do blue dial. Bless you, buddy. What is toe licker? It's that guy that comes in here and just posts the word toes over and over again. Okay, blue dial location. Here we go. You know what I fucking love when I go to a news website is when I'm inundated to accept cookies and to disable my fucking ad blocker and to sign up and to do all. It's like you are actively directing people away from your fucking website, you idiots. And now and a fucking 5th notification to enable notifications. This is the dumbest. Oh fuck! What movie is this? They're showing me. They're showing me a trailer for a movie. Oh shit! They're making a second Tokyo Revengers movie. Hell yeah! Okay, that one worked. That ad worked on me. Okay, hold on. So it was on that right-hand side, and I am an idiot. There's no way. Oh, he sneezed. Bless him. He deserves it. He deserves a blessing. So it's right here? You didn't walk far enough to trigger that fucking icon, Jared, you idiot. God damn it. Why am I so stupid? How many people were yelling that in chat and I just didn't see it? I want to know. Buddy, what the fuck are you doing up there? Can you guys see him? What are you doing? Are you being crazy for no reason whatsoever? This little son of a bitch. What's your problem? Sometimes he gets stir crazy when I don't let him out of the room. He just fucking runs around and causes havoc. All right, fine. If you sneeze on my couch, it's going to be hell to pay. Cookie's deal was caused by EU laws. Like everything else bad in this world, the EU is at the center of it. Craft lots of flash grenades and shotgun ammo, bro. What did I tell you? I don't know. I just haven't even been using my shotgun very much. But I feel like 17 rounds is enough. But I guess we are on hardcore. I am sort of used to normal mode.
You in there?
Bless you, Rufus. We are in the Rufus zone. No doubt about that. It's his world. We're all just fucking living in it. I tell you what, I am going... Oh. Rufus yelling at Josine. I'm probably going to call it here once we get to Ashley. I know everybody wanted to see that cutscene, but I don't care. This is a no story run. I'm going to go ahead and save it here. And thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me today. Spending just a bit of your day with me, or night, however it goes. Thank you for explaining it to me, Cap. I will forever think it means capricious, and I appreciate that. Everyone, please have a good day today. Have a good night. Don't drive drunk. Make wise choices. And get a cat. They're fun to have. All right, guys. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.